Imagine waking up in a hospital. A doctor smiles and tells you everything is fine. You believe you're taking part in an ordinary medical study. You trust the people around you. But what if the real experiment wasn't about your health? It was about your mind? What if the people observing you weren't just doctors, but individuals connected to one of the world's most powerful intelligence agencies? For more than 20 years, the American public knew nothing. No newspaper exposed it. No television broadcast mentioned it. No government official admitted it existed. Only classified files, locked cabinets, and a handful of people knew the truth. The project had one name, MK Ultra. Today, that name is surrounded by myths and conspiracy theories. But the confirmed historical record is disturbing enough on its own. Government investigations later proved the program was real. Thousands of documents were destroyed before investigators could examine them. The files that survived revealed one question that drove the entire operation. Could the human mind be influenced in ways no one had imagined before? To understand why that question mattered, we have to return to the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union competed in everything: nuclear weapons, espionage, technology. Every breakthrough could change the balance of power. Inside Washington, officials feared America's rivals might be exploring new methods of psychological manipulation and interrogation. Whether those fears were completely accurate is still debated. But inside the CIA, they were taken seriously. Some officials believed waiting for proof was too dangerous. If another nation discovered something first, America could fall behind. That belief led to one of the most secretive intelligence programs in U.S. history. The year was 1953. To most Americans, it looked like an ordinary chapter of the Cold War. But inside CIA headquarters, a decision was about to reshape one of the agency's most controversial programs. Intelligence officials feared that America's rivals might be researching new ways to break a prisoner's resistance during interrogation. Some reports came from the Korean War. Others came from intelligence sources whose accuracy is still debated today. But inside the CIA, the concern was real. Rather than wait for answers, agency leaders decided to investigate the possibilities themselves. CIA Director Allen Dulles approved a highly classified research program. Its mission was broad. Researchers would study memory, stress, perception, decision-making, and methods that might affect human behavior under extreme conditions. The project received a simple code name, MK Ultra. Almost nobody outside a small circle knew it existed. Even many CIA employees never saw the full picture. The program was divided into separate projects. Scientists working on one study often had no idea they were connected to a much larger operation. That secrecy was intentional. If one project became public, the rest could remain hidden. To expand the research, the CIA quietly funded universities, hospitals, private laboratories, and research foundations across North America. Some researchers knew who was providing the funding. Others believed they were working under ordinary scientific grants. According to later investigations, the program eventually grew into dozens of separate research projects. The surviving records show scientists explored subjects including stress, hypnosis, sleep deprivation, sensory isolation, and the effects of certain chemical substances on perception and behavior. Not every project looked the same. Not every study reached the same conclusions. But together, they revealed how seriously the agency pursued one central question. Could human behavior be influenced in ways traditional intelligence methods could not? Year after year, the program quietly expanded. Millions of dollars were invested. New institutions joined. And the circle of secrecy grew even tighter. For a while, everything remained hidden. But every secret has a breaking point. And one decision inside the CIA would eventually expose everything. And almost no one outside the agency knew it had begun. For nearly 2 decades, MK Ultra remained invisible. The public had never heard its name. Congress didn't know its true scale. Even many people inside the intelligence community only understood small pieces of program. That was exactly how the CIA designed it. Every project was isolated. Every team knew only what it needed to know. Universities conducted research. Hospitals carried out medical studies. Private laboratories tested new theories. But almost no one could see the entire picture. As the years passed, the program continued to grow. Researchers explored how stress affected decision-making, how isolation changed perception, whether hypnosis could influence memory, and how certain chemical compounds affected human behavior. Some projects produced little of value. Others generated reports that remained classified for years. But before the agency could fully evaluate everything, the political climate in America began to change. Journalists started asking difficult questions. Congress demanded greater oversight of intelligence agencies. Inside CIA headquarters, officials realized something important. If MKUltra's records were ever made public, the consequences could be enormous. Then came the decision that still sparks debate today. In 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered that most MKUltra files be destroyed. Boxes of reports disappeared. Research summaries were shredded. Years of internal records were gone. Supporters later argued the program had already ended. Critics believed the destruction was intended to prevent future investigations, because once the documents disappeared, so did many of the answers. For a short time, it looked as if the truth had been erased forever. But history had one final surprise. A collection of financial records had been stored in a separate government archive. Unlike the research reports, they were never destroyed. At first, they looked ordinary. Invoices, budgets, payment records. But investigators followed the money. The money led to research institutions. The institutions led to secret projects. And those projects led directly back to MKUltra. The files didn't reveal everything, but they revealed enough. Enough to prove the program existed. Enough to trigger one of the biggest intelligence investigations in American history. And when Congress finally began asking questions, the CIA could no longer keep MKUltra hidden by 1975. The truth could no longer remain hidden. The United States Congress launched a series of investigations into the activities of America's intelligence agencies. For the first time, lawmakers weren't asking questions about foreign enemies. They were asking questions about their own government. Former CIA officials were called to testify. Journalists searched through the surviving records. Historians compared official documents with witness testimony. Piece by piece, the story of MKUltra began to emerge. Although many files had already been destroyed, the remaining evidence confirmed one undeniable fact. MKUltra had existed. It had operated for years, and it had remained hidden from the American public. The investigation sparked a nationwide debate. Some officials argued that the Cold War had forced the United States to prepare for threats that seemed unimaginable. If rival nations were exploring psychological manipulation, America believed it couldn't afford to ignore the possibility. Others strongly disagreed. They argued that national security should never come at the cost of ethical principles. They believed scientific research must always respect informed consent and human rights. The debate quickly spread beyond Washington. Universities strengthened research ethics. Medical institutions introduced stricter oversight. Government agencies faced greater public scrutiny than ever before. Many historians believe the legacy of MKUltra wasn't a scientific breakthrough. It was a political turning point. It changed how Americans viewed government secrecy. It also reshaped discussions about accountability and oversight inside intelligence agencies. Yet, despite years of investigations, one mystery still remains. Because so many records were destroyed, no one knows the complete story. Some reports are gone forever. Some names may never be known. And some questions may never receive definite answers. Every few years, newly declassified documents reveal another small piece of the puzzle. But no discovery has ever rewritten the larger story. Instead, they remind us that history is often incomplete, and sometimes the missing pages become just as important as the ones that survived. History is usually remembered through wars, presidents, and famous speeches. But some of history's biggest turning points happen behind locked doors, hidden from the public, and buried inside classified files. MKUltra was one of those stories. It wasn't a battle fought with tanks or missiles. It was a secret attempt to understand one of the most powerful weapons imaginable, the human mind. For years, the program remained hidden. Most Americans had never heard its name. The research stayed classified. The records stayed locked away. And when many of those files were destroyed, it seemed the full truth might disappear forever. Yet history has a way of leaving behind clues. The surviving documents didn't answer every question, but they answered the most important one. MKUltra was real. Its existence changed how many people viewed government secrecy. It also changed how scientific research would be monitored in the future. Today, researchers continue studying every newly declassified document. Historians continue comparing evidence, and the debate continues. Some believe the program reflected the fear and uncertainty of the Cold War. Others believe it stands as a warning about what can happen when secrecy exists without enough public oversight. Whatever conclusion you reach, one fact remains. The legacy of MKUltra isn't just about intelligence operations. It's about trust. Trust between governments and citizens. Trust between science and ethics. And trust that extraordinary power must always be matched with extraordinary accountability. Perhaps that's why this story still fascinates millions of people decades later. Not because every mystery has been solved, but because some questions may never have complete answers. So let me leave you with one final thought. If you had been responsible for protecting your country during one of the most dangerous periods in modern history, would you have approved a secret program like MKUltra, or would you have believed that some line should never be crossed? No matter the threat, history doesn't make that decision for us. It only gives us the evidence, the lessons, and the responsibility to learn from them. If you enjoy uncovering hidden stories buried inside declassified government files, subscribe to Story Nest, because history's greatest secrets are often the ones that were never meant to be discovered. Until next time, stay curious. Keep questioning history, because sometimes the truth is more unbelievable than fiction.